Hello, hello, and welcome, and happy first day of February. For those of you who are not sure what it is you're watching or listening to, you are listening to or watching Joanne's Cosmic Energy. I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck. Super excited to be here with you to share this amazing cosmic energy forecast for the month. But before we dive into all of that, let's just do our diligence of housekeeping. Because in order for the show to take place month after month, I do have two amazing partners that work right along with me. So we have Joe Monkman. He is our shamanic healing practitioner and wellness advocate. And then we also have CJ Ives Lopez, who is the publisher and host of the Author's Porch magazine and podcast. And any of you who are interested in getting your article or book featured in the next magazine, get that information in sooner than later. I think the last day to get everything in is by March 1st. So you literally have about 30 days to do that. Get on it. If you want more information on where to go to do that, you can just go to the authorsporch.com and all the information is there. Alrighty. So as I said, I'm super excited to be here with each and every one of you. I'm going to ask that you do me a favor and go ahead and share this out as I'm about to do just now as I try to find myself, which always sounds really funny when I say that. If you happen to be watching on YouTube, hello to you. And if you're watching on Facebook, I'm going to be tracking those who might be watching on Facebook. So feel free to leave comments there, and I'll do my best to respond. If I don't respond directly at the time of the show, I will definitely come back later and check out the comments then. But we have a lot going on for this month as the title for today's show. And it took me a little while as I sat quietly connecting with my spirit guides to find out what is the best title for today's show. And the title that showed up, and I heard loud and clear, was Love at First Sight. Now, just like anything, those who have children, the very first moment you saw your baby, you fell in love with them. The very first time you met your spouse, it was like love at first sight. Your best friend, even your partner, there's that partner in reference to our business partners, there's that love connection there as well. And we are all really great at putting out that love to somebody else and having that real intense affection for the other person. But the month of February is a huge reminder to have that love at first sight for self. Every single day, as you wake up each day, take a moment to look in the mirror and literally fall in love with yourself again and again, over and over again. And really zoom in on different things about yourself that you do love, whether it might be your quirky sense of humor, maybe you like the way you smile, maybe you like the way your hands look, maybe you love your hair, whatever it is, but fall in love with something about yourself just as you would fall in love with someone else. And that's what this entire energy of February is really about, is to embrace that love. And like I said before, we're so good at wanting to find that love from the external that we forget to bring the love in on ourselves. Now, interesting enough, the crystal that I'm actually wearing today does not really go with the alignment of attracting love. However, because of that, I chose today to bring with me, I'm hoping all of you who are watching can see this beautiful rose quartz heart shape. Now, if you are looking to bring that love in for self, I encourage you to get yourself a beautiful pink rose quartz. It could be a tiny one, it could be a big one, whatever it is. Keep it with you throughout the day. Lay it at your bedside on your night table. Place it under your pillowcase, because this is going to help you activate the love for self. And then, of course, yes, it's going to activate the love on the external as well. But the key here and the focus here is bringing in that love falling in love with yourself, love at first sight. I want to share just a little bit about the energy of February and what it actually means. Now, for those of you who follow me on a regular basis, you know that I talk about astrology and numerology. So, and I always blend them together because I do believe they work hand in hand together. So when we speak about the energy of February, based on every letter in February, based on numerology, every letter in our alphabet corresponds to a number from 1 to 9 based on numerology. And when we take the letters in February, they add up to the number 42. And usually, if I had a whiteboard behind me, I would actually write out the numbers and you could see, but I'm just going to shout them out to you. And who knows, maybe they could be some lottery numbers. Who knows? So here are the numbers that February corresponds to. And these numbers are 6, 5, 2, 9, 3, 1, 9, 7, which adds up to 42. And we all know that in numerology, all numbers it adds up to a single digit unless it happens to be a master number, and 42 is not. That drops down to a 6 energy. So the vibration and frequency that February holds is really about healing, nurturing, critical thinking, health, fitness, wellness, and even illness for that matter. When we think about the number 6 associated with astrology, that's associated with Virgo energy. Virgo's all about scheduling, organizing our system, also health, fitness, and wellness as well. So when you think about this energy and you bring it all together, we really are going to be focusing on taking care of our mind, body, and spirit, and really falling in love with ourselves. So that's a really big pointer here. And I want you to pay attention to that in reference to how do you take care of yourself? How do you love on yourself? How do you connect with yourself? These are really big pointers for February. And there's a lot of key dates in February that I could point out for today, but if I have time later, I will do that. Because like I said, there's a lot going on. But what I would love to do is I want to bring our attention for today specifically, the energy we have going on with our moon, the moon's energy. Now, again, if you follow me on a regular basis, by now, hopefully, you know that the moon rotates every 2.5 days. So after today, the moon is going to be rotating into Cancer. Today, it's in Gemini, and it was in Gemini yesterday as well. Gemini is an air sign. And what that actually just means is it allows us to be in our intellectual brain where we're contemplating and trying to come up with solutions. The moon itself is about how we feel about certain things. So you take those two and blend them together, it really is about wanting to come up with a solution and that deep connection of how important it is for us to do that. Now, just for a moment here, as I said, Thursday and Friday, the moon rotates into Cancer energy, which is more about being home, being building that foundation with home. And that's a water sign, so it's more emotional. And also, theoretically, the moon is the ruling energy for Cancer. So it's at home there. And by the time we end this week, by Saturday and Sunday, the moon, Saturday and Sunday for that matter, the moon will be in Leo, which is about action, fire, fun, creativity, self-expression. However, interesting to say, we will have a full moon that particular day. Now, to learn more about that information, what I'm going to encourage you to do, and I'm inviting you to do it now, is go ahead and put a little reminder that on Sunday to come join me for Joanne's Healing Within at 3:33 p.m. Eastern Time, because I will be sharing some information about the full moon's energy in Leo and the connection it has with the sun. And you're going to want to know about all of that, so you definitely want to come join me. And I don't want to put too much emphasis on that for now, because I really want to stay focused on this February energy that we really have, and it's amazing. So I do want to leave you with this question before I start diving in to the 12 card spread for this month. Now, based on the daily energy of where the moon is today, which we already said is Gemini, how is that influencing your personal moon's energy? And what do I mean by that? So, for example, and it's really funny that this is the example I'm going to bring up, my moon sign happens to be Aquarius. Okay, when we think about Gemini and Aquarius, they are both air signs. So, for me, it is a very high possibility that I am going to be evaluating, overthinking, even possibly in that critical thinking mode due to my moon sign. And because the daily moon's energy is about Gemini, about thinking, about evaluating, about scheduling, creativity, marketing, brainstorming, there's a lot going on in this brain over here. So my big question for you who are following, who are here with me, and if you're watching this on the replay, I would love for you to go ahead and put your moon sign in the comments. And at some point, I'm going to come back and give you a little bit of insight regarding what today's moon, how today's moon is influencing your personal moon sign. So if you are here and you wish to play, put that in the comments, and I will get to that at some point in the show. Now, I know you're all really excited to know what the card spread is going to look like and how the card spread is literally going to help us with this February's energy about love at first sight. What one chakra, or in this case, it could be 3 chakras that can literally help you clear energies so you can be perfectly aligned to loving yourself at first sight without zooming in and seeing all the flaws that we may have, because we all have something that we don't like about ourselves. That's just the way it is, because we are very picky, where somebody can sit there and say to you, oh my God, you're so beautiful, you got this amazing energy, and you're sitting there looking at them and saying, no, this is wrong. That's not what February is about. February is really about you get to see yourself in that beautiful lens. And there's nothing about you that's going to be anything but beautiful. And what the cards are going to help us to do is work on those chakras, whether it be the root chakra, the sacral chakra, even the solar plex chakra, or even take it up into the heart or the throat. Any of those chakras to help us really clear the energy so we can be in that space to being able to give ourselves compliments just as we would somebody else. So I just want to take a moment before I start in our card spread and just say hello to some people who are watching here with us live. We have Deborah here, who happens to be one of my partners on Joanne's Healing Within. So thank you so much for being here and supporting the show. And then we also have Cheryl here as well. Thank you. So Deborah has a Cancer moon sign, and Cheryl has a Sagittarius moon sign. So I'm going to get back to those signs and give you a little bit of information at the very end. So you're going to have to hang in there for the whole show to get that information. I know I'm going to keep you hanging, right? So let's see. We're going to start with Aries and work our way all the way to Virgo. And then we're going to take a short break. And then I'm going to come back and talk about Libra through Pisces. And what I might do is once I finish Virgo is I may share one of the 2 of our viewers information based on the sign and how it's influencing their personal energy. We'll see how that goes. So again, this is how this is going to work. I'm going to pull 1 card for each zodiac sign. Ideally, you're going to be focusing on your moon, your sun, your rising or ascending, however you refer to it, and taking those 3 and evaluating what chakra, what color shows up on those 3 cards for you. Now, if you happen to have the same zodiac sign for all 3 sun, moon, rising, then you're going to have 1 card to work with. If you happen to have, let's say, your moon and rising in one zodiac sign, but then your sun sign is a different one, you'll have 2 cards to work with. Now, if you have a different one for each like I do, you'll have 3 cards to work with. And if you really, really want to get all technical and really dive into this, you can literally take your entire natal chart, and wherever every planet is on your chart, you can turn around and utilize all the cards that show up based on your chart. And that's a lot of fun. So let's get this party going. We're going to start with Aries and see how this energy is working for you. All right, so our very first card for Aries here, we have completion. Completion. So when we think about the sun's energy overall, now again, it's about sun, moon, and rising, but where you guys are, you Aries are right now, this is about you connecting with your community. And perhaps when we think about completion, this is really about what are you completing? Is there a partnership that you're going to literally sign the dotted line where you're going to come into partnership with each other? Is there a relationship that you're going to take it to the next level? Is there a relationship that's ending? Completion just means there's an ending. You know, ending could be something extending to the next level, or it could be actually a finish line. The chakra here to work on is the sacral energy. That sacral energy is really about stepping into your confidence. Now, it's not in a reverse position, which is actually a good thing. So there's no resistance here. And that sacral energy is your confidence, but it's also about your power and what it is you wish to create in this February energy of how you can literally fall in love with yourself at first sight. That completion. Now, let's talk about 9 here. When we speak of 9, in astrology, it is associated with the Sagittarius energy. It's also associated with how we travel in our day and sleep dreams, the messages we can get at that point in time. What I'm also hearing to share for this one, based on the actual completion and the sacral energy for you, Aries, there's definitely a healing taking place in reference to any of your childhood wounds that you carry, based on maybe not feeling as loved from somebody as you had wanted to feel, or maybe you had many siblings and you just didn't feel like you got the attention you were looking for. Well, you get to change that because you get to give yourself all that attention now. I like to say that whatever we're looking for from somebody else, give it to yourself. And that's letting go of all of that energy that blocks you from feeling that love for yourself. As I said this to one of my clients earlier today, do what you would want somebody else to do for you. So if you want to receive a dozen roses, considering Valentine's is on his way, go get yourself a dozen roses. Splurge and buy it for yourself. That's what this is all about. That's what it's all about for our Aries. Love that for Aries. So that 9 energy is about letting things go and allowing yourself just to transform into your confidence, your creativity, how you want to create this energy of loving yourself as the very first time. The minute you see yourself, you completely fall in love with yourself. I love that. Love that, love that. So we have Taurus. So Taurus, in this factor, it's about your soul's calling. It's about your purpose. And perhaps when we talk about the purpose, when we have purposes, when we have a soul's calling, there are lessons included with that. So again, where can you really focus in on loving yourself at first sight? How can that apply to you? What work can you do so you can truly fall in love with you and heal the relationships with others during this time? Okay, your card is in reverse. And again, a reverse card just means that there's a little bit of resistance and maybe there is definitely something going on that needs some healing. Now we're going to lift this card up right, and we have the word clarity there. So the message that I'm hearing for you, because of February's energy, this is a really great time to sit, meditate, so you can gain the clarity you're looking to gain in regards to whatever it is that you need so you can literally love yourself at first sight. That 2-9 is the 11 energy, which is about the master healer, where you're here to do the work. So you can heal from the deeper soul process and the childhood wounds as well. So that is your soul's work for February. February is about healing and nurturing yourself. And part of your nurturing for this month is to sit quietly and gain the clarity so you can have the answers you're looking for. The heart chakra. So you can feel more like peace and ease with yourself and be able to really embrace that love from within. Cards in reverse. So do the work, Taurus. Do your soul's work this month. Remember that February has 28 days to it, so we really have 28 days to do this amazing, magnificent healing that we can do if we put our mind to it. We're moving into our Geminis. Now, for you guys that have Gemini, moon, sun, or rising, specifically the moon, where the moon is today, you could be doing some definitely soul-searching thinking and creating as well, and scheduling time so you can do activities that's going to fill you up so you can truly feel that love at first sight. So what's cards in store for you? Interesting that your card is also in reverse. The message here is focus. What are you focused on? Do you zoom in on yourself? And this is for Gemini, sun, moon, or rising. Do you zoom in on yourself and like find everything wrong with yourself? Like you're putting on that outfit to go out and you like say to yourself, oh my God, my hips are too big, or, oh my, I got the back fat going on, or your arms swinging, whatever it may be. Well, if you're focusing on that, that's not a good thing for February. Recharge, revise how you see yourself. If you need to, go get yourself a skinny mirror. If you need to. Because what you're focusing on is what's going to activate and become your reality. So, and February is all about self-love. February is about loving yourself at first sight. So when you look in the mirror, whatever you're focusing on first, the first thing I want you guys to do, you Geminis, is to focus on something you love about yourself. 1 and 3 is the 4. So this is about nurturing your body, your soul, your home. And when we speak of home, it is about your body. Nurture it this month. Do everything you can to create some sort of regimen that you're going to nurture your body on an emotional level, so your words that you're speaking are positive and uplifting. That's your homework for you Geminis. Remember your cards in reverse. The chakra here is the third eye. So you have the ability to see yourself as this beautiful, loving gem that you are. So work on that. I love that for our Geminis. So now we have Cancers. So Cancer, this is all about what can you let go of this month? What can you let go? How can you transform in that love at first sight? How can you sit and see yourself in the mirror as this beautiful being that you are? And considering as of tomorrow, which is Thursday, the moon is going to be in your sign, which is its ruling place. So it's a really great time tomorrow. And considering it's the second day of February, that choo-choo energy going on, it will be a really great day to do some transformational work so you can really boost this love at first sight thing. For all of you who do have Cancer energy, sun, moon, and rising, know that this card is for you right now. Let's see what's in store. Perfectly aligned, I think so. Healing. This is your time to heal. This is your time to let go. Release the emotions, release the negative Nelly conversations, and allow yourself to be in that space of just bringing that new energy. Wearing pink would also be a powerful thing for you to do as well, so you can activate that love energy within. It activates the high heart. And remember, when we talk about rose quartz, it's a pink energy that sits perfectly aligned to this beautiful February energy, to this healing, nurturing, critical thinking, and take time to bring in some healing practices into your next 28 days. I love that for Cancers. Moving into our Leos. Now, as I mentioned before, by the end of the week, Saturday, Sunday, the moon's going to be in Leo's energy, along with our beautiful full moon that we are having, which gives us an opportunity to work on letting go. So those who do have a full moon ritual, work on all the lower vibration conversations that you have or lower vibration words that you use. Work on writing those down on paper and then burning them. Once you burn them, then I want you to add some beautiful high vibracious words that's going to elevate your energy so you can truly fall in love with yourself at first sight. So let's see what's in store for our Leos. And considering it's a perfect time for meditation, journaling, quieting yourself down, bringing that balance in between work and play or work and meditation, movement and being still. You want that balance during this month of February. You want to make sure you put yourself on your calendar this month. And of course, from there forward, not just for the month of February. So for our Leos, this is a month for you to have what we call the higher education. Now, when I speak of the higher education in this aspect, it's really about the spiritual wisdom. As you sit and meditate, you will receive downloads. Those downloads are going to help you become a different version of who you are. And when we're practicing and focusing in on the factor of loving ourselves at first sight, that's going to raise your vibration. So your spiritual downloads are going to be a lot higher in regards to shifting you from where you are to where you were to where you're going. That 3-6 is reminding you that, yes, there's a completion coming in. And you're going to notice that completion over the next 28 days. You're going to be leaning into that by time February is finished, there's going to be a major shift going on, a major evolution happening for you during these next 28 days. Again, very similar to, I believe it was the Cancer energy where they had the green, the pink as well. It really is about moving into a sense of grace, peace, and calmness during this energy in February. This is about nurturing. This is about healing. This is about a transformation. This is also about letting things go. So that higher wisdom, so you can truly see yourself in the mirror and love everything about you. Love that for our Leos. And remembering that by the weekend, we have that amazing full moon energy that's definitely going to be highlighting your moon energy. And of course, those who have sun and rising sign. And I want to just remind us all that whether we're focused on the sun's energy, the moon's energy, wherever it is on your chart, that's going to, the energy itself is going to amplify. So those of you who have Leo in your moon, sun, rising, and in any of your other planets, know that that full moon is going to activate that. And remember that Leo is the opposition sign to Aquarius, which is where the sun is. So there is a lot going on. We're going to move into our Virgos, which when we think about our Virgo energy, as I spoke on earlier, this February's vibration is that 6 energy, which is associated with the Virgos out there. So you Virgos are going to probably be feeling this magnificent, magical energy just coming in, where you're just going to feel this. What I'm hearing is like, what I'm seeing and hearing is this like sunshine energy coming through. A perfect time to focus on healing, nurturing, meditation circles, Reiki treatments, whatever it is, so you can be the best version of you. Interesting, your card's in reverse though. So maybe whatever it is I'm saying right now, you're probably sitting back and having a little resistance about it. So let's talk about manifestation. Because again, this is your time to heal, nurture, and even do that critical thinking. What is it that you're thinking about? Why is it that you're so focused on it being perfection? It doesn't have to be perfection. Know that exactly how you are right now, you're perfect. You're perfect just as you are. So manifest that perfectionist. But don't go crazy over it. All right? Make sure you schedule your time in to sit quietly and enjoy your own company. 1 and 9 is that 10 energy. So this is going to help to activate your soul's calling to what it is you're here to do. Crown chakra is all about seeing yourself as the best version of who you are already. But the cards in reverse, so really concentrate on whether you want to wear purple, work with purple stone. For those of you who are not aware, when we speak of February's energy regarding the stone, amethyst is February's stone, and it is a purple stone. So for you Virgos, might be a really great stone to work with to activate your crown chakra, so you can come out of the logical and egotistical side of your brain and move into the side of your brain that's more about the mystical, the spiritual, and the psychic abilities. So that's our Virgo energy. And like I say, I usually like to take a break at this point. But before I take that break, I just want to check out who's here with us, because I do see we have a few others. So we have Anne here, who's Gemini. And I just want to tap in. We're going to go up to Deborah first, because she was the first to mention her moon sign is Cancer. So again, today's energy for Deborah, the energy for Deborah is all about how she feels about her home. And when we speak about home, it is really about her body, how she feels about her body, how she's connected to her body. And Deborah, this would be a perfect day to really allow yourself to move your body in a different way than you're used to, and to take it slow. Now, when we think of also that Cancer energy, it is associated with the sacral wound, and it's also an association that you have with other women, yourself, and of course your mother. So there could be some amazing energy that maybe you might want to even take today's energy, take some time and write a note, write a letter to maybe a girlfriend or even your mom or the younger version of yourself. And that's the power of today's energy. As the energy moves into tomorrow, it's a whole different vibration. And if you want to learn about that, check me out tomorrow. I will catch Cheryl and Anne when we come back. On that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and I will be back to read Libra to Pisces. Go get yourself some water, continue leaving some comments, share it out, and I'll be right back.
Hey, this is Joe Monkman, and I am a personal development trainer. And that means that I help people step into their leadership roles, take their place as a visionary, really understand their own mastery in the world so that they can really find their place at the buffet of life. And if you want to know more, you can find me on my Facebook page at Joe Monkman and joemonkman@gmail.com.
Hi, I'm CJ. The Author's Porch is a community where you find good books and good people. We collaborate with services that deliver quality to authors and publish a magazine for authors by authors. Come by, let us feature you or review your book. Coffee is always on, and no matter what time you arrive or where you come from, the porch light is always on.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Cosmic Energy. For those of you who are just tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. You will definitely need to have to come back later if you happen to be Aries running through Virgo, any of those signs. You'll have to come back and watch or listen to this, and you can watch this, listen to this on some of the platforms I'll mention would be Audible, iTunes, iHeart. You could definitely come back and watch, but stay for now. Share this out, as I will be continuing to read for Libras right through Pisces. But before I dive into that, I do want to, as I've mentioned, those who are watching live with me right now, if you've put your moon sign in the comments, I'm going to give you a little insight to today's moon's energy and how it's influencing your personal energy. So I'm going to tap on one right now. So we have Cheryl, who actually is an Aries moon, not a Sagittarius, as she says here. So for Cheryl, as an Aries moon, how this Gemini's energy is influencing you, I think it's perfect, because Aries is about self. Aries is about how they want to be seen, how they want to speak, how they want everyone to see them, and your self-expression. So with the Gemini's moon today, there is a lot of emphasis on how you want people to notice you. So it's really important to pay attention to what it is you're saying, what it is you're dressing like, and utilizing this amazing February's energy to really, the word I'm hearing is like perk up your colors so you can stand out more, especially with today's energy. So show yourself off. Whatever which way you want to show yourself off, do that for today. So that's for those who have Aries moon, but specifically because Cheryl shared her moon sign. We're going to get ready to move into Libra, which is interesting because talk about opposition signs. Aries is the opposition to Libra. I'm going to leave it there for now. So Libras, this is all about, this February's energy is all about you having fun, changing things up. And again, this is about the month of falling in love with yourself at first sight. What can you do so that can happen for you? How can you be more expressive? How can you use your creativity to spike that up, to spark that up? Let's see what chakra you need to work on so you can get more of that. Interesting card for you, Libras. Yours is about forgiveness. So, and that's a little deep for February when we think about it, but it is part of the healing modality. It really is about nurturing and healing oneself. So, who is it that you need to forgive? This is a perfect time because it is February's energy. Forgiving self first. We always have to forgive ourselves first before we can even think to forgive somebody else or be open to being forgiven. Again, that crown energy, that purple energy. So for you Libras, it might be a really good idea to utilize, just as I said before, I think it was Virgo, to utilize the amethyst crystal during these next 28 days to really work on nurturing and healing whatever it is you need to heal so you can have that forgiveness. Want to note when we talk about that amethyst crystal, it is the highest level of healing when working with a particular crystal. For those who are looking to call in that self-love and then beam it out to other love, your rose quartz is going to do that. So for you Libras, combination between amethyst and rose quartz would be very helpful. Your number here is 99, which works out to be a 9. So there might be a little bit of traveling going on in reference to where you need to go so you can have this conversation. The first thing I definitely am hearing is that you need to travel outside of your home so you can spend a little time with self and forgive yourself. Because again, before you can go and forgive anybody or ask for forgiveness, you have to forgive self. So this is a biggie for Libras. And so far, it's the most intense card that I've read out of the 7 zodiac signs. And I'm hoping that this is going to be as deep as it's going to go. Sort of hoping it gets a little lighter. So Libras, for you, do the work this month, this next 28 days. Spend time on forgiving yourself for whatever it is. Love yourself as it is. See yourself as that beautiful amethyst that you are. Love that. All right, into our Scorpios. Scorpios, this is all about being home. This is about being home. This is about being home in your shelter. This is about being home within your own skin. This is about being home in... Home is where the love is what I just heard for you Scorpios. Home is where the love is. That's what I just heard. Bringing that balance back into your own mind, body, and spirit, and nurturing yourself. And after all, the theme is love yourself at first sight. So here's your card. Well, we have the word patience. So yes, being that this is about love, home is where the love is, you may have to require a little patience here because it may take you a little time to bring that balance in because you're so used to doing things a little off kilter is what I'm hearing. So bring that balance back into your mind, body, and spirit. Schedule a time to be at home. You don't need to rush out all the time. In fact, if you're going to do anything for Valentine's Day, make it that you're doing something at home because you really want to be connected with yourself and be patient about it. Heart chakra. Releasing the heaviness, releasing the guilt, the shame, the sadness, the grief even. And when grief is showing up here, this is not about necessarily about a loss of a person. This is really about recognizing that you're going through some major shifts in your foundation. So this could be about what you're losing, and losing is a good thing. What you are losing, what you are releasing. So allowing yourself just to be in that space to experience it and fill yourself up with more joy. That's for Scorpios. And I said that I was hoping it was going to get more elevated as opposed to so deep. But hey, what can we do about the Scorpios there? So it is really about your foundation, bringing more balance into your home, and loving on yourself. And taking yourself out on that date, but not physically going out, having that date at home. And it's got to be with yourself. This is not about connecting with somebody else. This is about being with yourself, that connection you have with yourself, and being more patient with yourself. Do not be so diligent or rigid is the word. Rigid in regards to things that you need to get done. So bring that balance in, be patient with yourself, and know that you are working on building a new foundation during this amazing February energy. All right, we have our Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is all about what is it you want to communicate, what is it you want to create, how you want to use that Gemini energy with the moon for that matter, but the overall Gemini energy of creating, scheduling, marketing, brainstorming, networking, and getting in front of your computer, getting on your computer, and fixing up your website. Falling in love with your whole soul's purpose, the way you express, and learning to speak with such love towards yourself. So again, looking in the mirror and saying loving things to yourself. Compliment yourself. When was the last time you actually complimented yourself? That's a good time to do. Let's find out what card you need to work on so you can be in the perfect alignment. This card showed up earlier, and it's showing up again. And I can't remember. I think it was Aries that this card showed up for, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll, of course, have to come back and review the spread as well. But anyway, so for Sagittarius, this is about a completion. A completion. You are completing a project. You are in the process of whatever it is, whatever project, whatever conversation. Maybe you're finally smooth, can't even say the word. Put together your website. You're ready to go about with that. Sacral energy here. Now, when we talk about the sacral, exactly what I was saying earlier, it's really time to compliment yourself. Let go of the judgment. Stop judging how you look. Stop judging, stop being in that space of just shaming yourself. That's not what this February's energy is about. So it's about letting go of the judgment, the shaming, the blaming, and the guilt, and replace it all with positive things, loving on you, stepping into your confidence, and just complimenting. Every time you compliment somebody, it's your job to compliment yourself. For you, Sagittarius. Love that energy. We have good old Capricorn. And for February's energy, this is a perfect time to be in partnership, to be in connection, to connect with friends, family, socialize. This is a perfect time for that, but even a really perfect time to fall in love with yourself all over again. For those who are in relationships, just allow yourself to really make that connection with your partner this time around, and maybe even ask your partner, what was that one thing that your partner saw in you that they fell in love with at first sight? And see if you could do the same thing for yourself. So let's see what card. Oops, the card wants to fly. Interesting card for Capricorns. It's intuition. And it's so interesting because so far out of all the cards, this is the first time the root chakra is showing up. Just gotta get a little water. I got a little tickle that's going to show up here. So hold on a minute, my guys. Hang in there. All right. I'm back. So when we speak about intuition for Capricorns, this is a great time to connect with your intuition. In order to connect with your intuition, it's really important to ground your energy, because otherwise you're not going to be able to stay focused on what your insight is providing you with. We have that sixth energy here, which is about scheduling time to sit quietly, scheduling time to hold your crystals, scheduling time to connect with your spiritual partnership that you do have. And if you don't have a spiritual partnership, next 28 days is the perfect time to start creating one, so you can activate that intuition. Ground, ground, ground. Schedule it into your daily routine. Love that for our Capricorns. Aquarius. So as you already know, the sun's energy is in Aquarius. So for all of you who are celebrating birthdays during this season, happy, happy birthday to you. This is all about new ways of doing things, new ways of how you can love yourself at first sight, doing it all differently. This is a perfect time to go ahead and change up the wardrobe, change up your hairstyle, whatever it is you want to do. This is the time to do it, because it's all about the new, new, new. So perfect, perfect time for that. So let's see for Aquarius. And know that as we do move into this weekend's full moon, because it is your opposition sign in Leo, it really is a great time to work on letting go of anything that creates that friction with yourself. So if there's something that you're having a challenging time where it's just nagging on you about what you're not liking about yourself, this is your time between now and this full moon to really work on clearing that energy out, so you can be fully aligned with this whole new vibration for you. Your card is communication. So it's really going to be important for you to create this new way of communicating with self, using high vibration words for self, being in that space for that internal dialogue. And again, I'm an Aquarius moon. I know for me, I talk to myself all the time. Although I don't think I'm talking to myself, I think I'm really communicating with spirit. And I'm hoping that all of you have the same thought process as well, is that even whether you're Aquarius or not, we're never talking to ourselves. We are talking to spirit. But when we are literally having that conversation with self, it's really important to keep your communication in a high vibration. So it keeps your body in this higher frequency. Because when we speak high vibration words, our bodies feel good. However, when we're speaking low vibration words, our body doesn't feel so great. So that 1 and 2, that 1 is about that new ways of doing things because it's your birthday month. That 2 is that partnership that you do have with yourself. That 3 is what it is you're creating during this month of your birthday month. And whether you're a sun Aquarius, which means your birthday month, or you're a moon Aquarius, either way, you get to enjoy and embrace this energy. So that 3 is what it is you're creating, what it is you're expressing, and that critical thinking that you might really have because you're an overthinker anyway. So pay attention to those thoughts and come into a space of kindness towards self. That was the word, kindness for Aquarius. Kindness. So I'm loving that. All right, last but not least, we have our Pisces energies. Pisces, this is all about tying up your loose ends. This is all about paying attention to your dreams that you might be having. Those dreams are providing some very, very important messages for you. So pay attention to them. It's also a great time for you Pisces to change things up because you're tying up the loose ends, changing things up with how you go about your health, fitness, and wellness regimen. Maybe your meditation practice. Maybe you're even changing up the way your food intake is, the fueling and feeding. A lot of that could be changing as well. This is all ways that you're going to really start to fall in love with yourself at first sight because you're shifting things up a little bit. And that's important. So let's go find out for Pisces what one card they need to work on. And this holds true for me because I happen to be a Sun Pisces. So let's see your card So here we have the root chakra, which showed up again. This is your time to be a leader. To be a leader. How can you lead? Now, I'm not sure if you're aware, as Pisces, Pisces carries the energy of all 12 zodiac signs. Pisces is also the most intuitive sign there is out there. Pisces feels everyone's emotions. And because of that, it's really important to remember that you are a leader. And your job is to be nurturer. Your job is to be a healer. Your job is to take care of yourself, because you are literally demonstrating to others what it is to be the best version of yourself. So it's your job to be a leader. But to be a leader, you have to be grounded, because that critical thinking aspect in regards to like making decisions right away, utilizing your intuition, your psychic abilities, in order for that all to take place, you cannot be overwhelmed by all the higher vibration energy. So bring it down into the earth, especially for those of you who have a Pisces moon or rising sign. Your emotions and your energies are really in a higher frequency. So you got to ground your energy so you can feel more supported and connected, so you can make really good decisions as a leader. 5-5 is reminding you of the changes that are coming in during the next 28 days as you really work on this whole process of tying up those loose ends, shifting things around a little bit. That 5-5 is the 10. This is your soul's calling. So the big question to ask yourself, those Pisces out there, what is your soul's calling? How's that soul's calling going to help you activate this February's energy to be the healer, the nurturer that you are? And how can you really implement different strategies when it comes to your health, fitness, and wellness plan? Because people are going to be looking at you for that support and guidance. And you want to make sure you are mirroring the role that you are called to do. So that's Pisces energy. I love that. I love that. I love that. So I want to check out, as I've said, I've got a few people watching live, and there were 3 people who share their moon information. So I want to just make sure I got everybody. I know there's one other person that I have to get. Okay, so we have Anne, if she's still here with us. She's a Gemini moon. So I'm speechless. As a Gemini moon, you are definitely feeling this amazing energy for the moon's energy from today. The moon was also in Gemini yesterday as well. So a lot of evaluating, a lot of analyzing in that, how to make things different for yourself. Because when the actual moon is in one's sign, there's a lot of new activation that takes place. It's almost like you got a reboot. And depending on what your sign is. So because it's Gemini, Gemini is about the technology, the learning, the scheduling, the planning, the thinking, the teaching. It's all about that energy. And you just got a reboot. So Anne, if you're still here, if you can just put like some hearts or thumbs up to let me know if that's what you were feeling over the last 48 hours, that you were getting this reboot because of the Gemini moon. I also want to bring into the conversation that not only is the moon in Gemini today and yesterday, but we've had the Mars in Gemini's energy for, I think now it's 5 months. It's going to be there for another 2. So Mars has been playing in Gemini for almost 7. It's going to be 7 months in total. And that's taking action. And that's for all of us. And again, and as I always pose the question, where is Mars on your natal chart? And that gives another story as well. So because I always like to do like, let's connect the dots. Because Anne has the Gemini moon, that Gemini energy, because it's also in Mars energy, is activating each other. So Anne, yesterday, today is definitely a great day for those downloads to come in. And just like reconnecting, being very creative, expressive, and really want to get things done, because Mars is about action. So I'm hoping that I caught everyone who put their signs in. And so Anne also says she's taken herself out on a Valentine's Day date. Beautiful. Okay, she said she doesn't know her moon sign, so I think that was her sun sign that she shared, which is fine. Which is fine. Same energy, so to speak. Excellent, excellent. And I also want to make a note for everybody that yes, we definitely have a day on a calendar that is dedicated to love, Valentine's Day. However, we have to get in the habit of making every day dedicated to love, every single day. It's not just one day a year. We have to have 365, or if we have a leap day, 300, a leap year rather, 366. We need to embrace this love, falling back in love with ourselves, falling in love with ourselves just as we want our partners to fall in love with us, or how we'd want somebody else to love us. We have to love ourselves that way. Otherwise, if you're not loving yourself, as one of the cards had before, and I don't remember which it is, there's a lot of work that needs to take place in reference to forgiveness. Because love is the highest vibration of healing, so is forgiveness. And therefore, we need to embrace that energy. So again, just to recap on the 2 crystals I spoke on today, our rose quartz energy to literally amplify that love in and to send that love out. And the the amethyst energy that is actually associated with Aquarius season. So using those 2 amazing crystals to heal, nurture, and just bringing that love energy to yourself. And that's what it's all about. It's great when others love you, but you have to love yourself. And if you have a challenging time embracing someone's love, if you have a challenging time, giving that hug, or you're not really a hugger, this is an opportunity for you to really embrace that. Because everyone has a different love language. Learn what your love language is to start off with, because that's really important for you to know. And really use this time, this next 28 days or 27 days, to really embrace in this loving yourself at first sight. Love everything about you. You're exactly perfect just the way you are. We use the word perfect like that because then when we really think about it, what is perfect? Who is perfect? Okay, so all that being said, this is a magnificent energy for February. Now that we are on the first day of February, second month of 2023, super excited to share this energy with you. Just to recap, go back, look at all 12 cards, take your sun, moon, rising, use those 3 cards. If you happen to have 3 different signs for each of them, you'll have 3 chakras to work on. Hopefully, there'll be 3 different chakras. You may have 2, you may have 1, whatever the case is. Bring those chakras together, work on those chakras. Easiest way to work on those chakras is to either A, wear the color that's associated with that chakra. That will help to activate that chakra. To learn more about how to activate your chakra, reach out to me and I'll put together a class so I can teach you. Because this stuff is really important because we want to keep our chakra system flowing. Because when our chakra system is flowing, things flow externally. That's how you know whether or not if your chakra system's aligned or not. If things are not flowing in all areas of your life, that means there's a chakra that's out of alignment. Things may be flowing in one area, but if there's an area of your life that's not flowing or not going exactly how you like it to go just yet, you want to check in on your chakra system. All that being said, I want to thank you for those who are watching with me live today, spending your afternoon with me. And I do look forward to being back here the first Wednesday in March to share all about the March Pisces energy, which is my sun sign. Loving this Aquarius energy as well, because that's my moon sign. So it really is all about me, guys. I don't know if you realize that just yet, but it really is. Any case, I thank you so much for being here. Feel free to, again, share this out. And for those of you who are just coming in now, you'll have to come back and watch on the replay or listen on the replay. You can listen on, on Audible, iTunes, iHeart. There's so many other platforms, but those are just a few. And you can go back to YouTube and catch this as well so you can actually see the cards, because I think that's helpful too. I look forward to seeing everybody next month. Till then, you have 27 days to do this work. Fall in love with yourself at first sight. For now, I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. You have an amazing, amazing, amazing rest of February. Bye-bye for now.